Space. One of those things we like to say poetic stuff about in order to sound deep and romantic. It begs the question, am I significant? Are we alone out here? I wonder what Will Smith is up to. Space. There's so much of it. So why do we have so little? If you guys can't tell that I'm a total space case based off of this amazing outfit I prepared for you, well, get your butts ready for blast off. What does the host of SpoonProof need for the spaciest episode yet? What's that? I can't hear you. You in the back. That's right. Oven-themed NASA mitts. So astronauts really have no use for these because they're not allowed to have open flame in space, otherwise they'd explode. And there's really nothing techie about them, but we don't care because they're awesome. So we got 2 pairs. Because failure is not an option in space or in the kitchen. All right, guys, today's hack is making space in our space. We've come up with some super easy things for all of the rooms in your apartment. So first up, the bedroom. You're just gonna take a bunch of books and stack them on top of each other, and there you go. You got a nightstand. It's great because it frees up space on your bookshelf, and it also shows people that you know how to read. Okay, so moving on to the office, we have created these great little display organizers just using magazine holder things. Poke a hole in the back, and then you can run all of your cords through it, so you have sort of like a little charging station. You can put a snack in there, you can put a book in there, you can put the bills you haven't paid in there. Okay, so this next one is great, and it's really, really useful in your bathroom, and it involves using your walls. So just take like a tack or a nail, stick it into the wall, and then you're gonna wanna get a little jar like this with holes in it. Voila, you have a makeup brush holder. Put your toothbrush in there. So the last one we're gonna do is for your kitchen, and it's probably the easiest one that we have. Technically, we're kind of cheating because this came with the studio, but that's whatever. You're gonna get a giant cutting board that's cheap, and you can put it right over your stovetop so you instantly have maximized counter space. Space, 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 space. We have just made so much space. Have you guys ever wondered what space tastes like? Cool, me too. So today we're making Galaxy Lollipops. We got these Lollipop molds online. You can find them anywhere, just Google Lollipop molds. And then we're gonna take a bunch of Jolly Ranchers and separate them out by color and then just crush them up. We're gonna keep the purple ones separate because that's actually gonna represent our deep space. But for our like constellations, we're gonna use all of these fun colors. So, you know, just mix it up, pour it into the little mold however you're feeling, make it as spacey as possible, and fill it right to the top. And you're gonna do the same thing with your deep space purple in the other mold. Okay, so now that that's done, we're gonna take these and stick them in the toaster oven at 400 degrees for like 5 to 8 minutes, or really just until these babies are melted. Okay, so it's been 5 minutes and our Jolly Ranchers are totally melted, just like we want them to. Pause for a cause. See how this is kind of melted still a little bit? That's what you want the purple ones to look like, because they're actually gonna be holding on to the Lollipop sticks. Lay your sticks right on top of it like this. You're gonna pop out the colored pieces. See how it's like very, very celestial on the inside? Gorgeous. And go ahead and stick it on top of the purple. Okay, now we have our sticks in our planets, so we are going to make the outer atmospheric shell. So what you're gonna do is heat up sugar and water. Now, if you have a thermometer, you want it to be about 280 degrees. If you don't, that's cool, but this is what it should look like. Super thick, bubbles, and it's starting to turn yellow. See that? That's what you want. Bet you guys didn't think we were gonna use these. Take the sugar off the burner, let it settle for a little bit. You don't want it to be like freaking out and bubbling. Pour it into the mold. You're gonna fill it about halfway through. And be careful. Please, everybody at home, because this is hotter than the sun right now. And now it's time for the moon dust and the star dust. So take these little like confectionery things, sprinkle them in. You want these lollipops to be super spacey, you guys. We've got a little bit of star dust. You are ready to put your lollipop in the mold. So we're gonna put it in like this. It's a little oozy, but that's just like space. So now that we're done, you're just gonna let them cool down for a couple minutes. If you sort of lift this stick up gingerly, you should be able to tell if it's ready to pop out. And this is what the final product looks like when you're done. Space tastes damn good. Do you live in a place where there's no light pollution? That's cool. Do you like to go outside? That's awesome. I've got this great app for you. It's called Star Chart. It shows you pictures of stars and planets and constellations, and then that way if you're on a date and you're staring up at the sky, you can pull up Star Chart and be like, hey, did you know that that's Orion up there? Yeah, I know stuff. Now let's make out. Today, we are doing a celestial take on some total basics. We're making galaxy sneakers, guys. I'm very, very, very excited about this. Because like, let's be real, when were you ever allowed to just draw all over your shoes? Take some Sharpies and get to coloring. The best colors to use on these sneakers are actually dark colors. Dark like space, dark like my heart. Isn't coloring on your shoes fun? Yes, yes it is. Just make sure that you got a lot of color. It's all going to come together to create a beautiful, beautiful masterpiece. Okay, so this is the best part of this whole craft. You're gonna take a dropper and get some alcohol in there, and you're just gonna drop it right on top of the colors. We found that like a really cool way to do this is if you actually tip the shoe forward, so you're doing these like vertical drops. Drop that alcohol on your shoes. You wanna make sure that you get the whole thing wet, but you don't wanna soak it, otherwise it'll just be a big fat mess. So see you guys how these colors are starting to run? Very spacey. Okay, so once you've colored these to your liking, you're gonna set them aside, let them dry for like, you know, an hour. I'm going to take this paint marker, make little like dots on there, draw a constellation. I'm making like a whole Milky Way on this thing. Now take some sealant spray. I recommend going outside because I sprayed this earlier and I swear to God the fumes were really intense. But I'll just do it on camera for your guys' sake. You get the idea. And there you have it. Amazingly spacey galaxy sneakers. Just as good as Michael Jackson.